Hi guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jordana if this is your first time here, and if not, then thank you for coming back and taking the time to watch my videos. I really appreciate it. On today's video, this is gonna be number 2 of a series called Makeup That I Wanna Use. This was a success last time, and this is me showing you a couple products, either palettes, bronzers, blushes, and highlighters that I want to rotate monthly without committing to them in a project pan. That way I can switch them up and use them all, and that way I can make my makeup collection look worn and loved. So today I'm going to show you my progress on the products that I chose from February to March, and then I'm going to show you the ones that I chose for March to April. So if you want to see what my makeup I want to use is, then just keep on watching. So for palettes, I chose 3, and those were the Subculture, the Too Faced Sweet Peach, and also the Charlotte Tilbury Dolce Vita palette. I'm gonna start with the small one. My goal on them was to heat pan in at least 2 shades, and if I could, more. But on the Dolce Vita palette, I already had pan in 2 shades, and I used it a ton more. I just made the pans a little bit bigger, but I didn't heat pan in this shade. That was the one that I wanted to heat pan on, and it's okay. This is my favorite palette of all time, so if I don't finish it, I don't have an issue with it, and I don't have an issue with picking it up from my collection. So I'm just gonna put it back on my drawers, and this is definitely still a favorite. For the Subculture one, I'm happy to report that I heat pan in Dawn, Fudge, and All Star, and I used a ton of the other shades. So this palette, I know it's a controversial palette, but I really like it. It makes me creative. I'm gonna put somewhere in the screen a few pictures of me doing looks with this palette. That way you can see that you can actually switch it up. I did a lot of All Star, which is not that easy to pan. This palette, for me, people say that it's super easy to pan it, but for me it isn't, because you only need the tiniest amount to do a lot on your eyes. The pigmentation is super high, so you don't need that much. I use Adorned like a crazy person, and you can see the dip that it has, but I haven't heat pan on it. I also use Roxy a lot, but this is super soft, so you only need the tiniest amount. But I'm gonna do a close-up. The only shade that I don't like is the shade Cube. That's not my type of shade, and it's pink, and it clashes with the palette in my opinion, and I don't like that it gets sort of a film on top of it, and I have to scrape it a little bit just to use it and get pigmentation again. So that's definitely not a favorite eyeshadow on this palette, but the rest, I love them. It has a ton of fallout in a way. You have to really top off the excess. So I'm pretty happy with that, because now my palette looks loved, and that's the reason why I'm doing this series. Then I have the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and this one didn't have any pan either, and I heat pan in 3 shades. I'm really happy about that, but I think I was planning on heating pan in another one, and I never got around to it, even though I use that shadow a lot. So I heat pan in Luscious, Puree, and Caramelized. This palette surprised me, and I know that this is one palette that I can reach for a lot. One of the shades that I think is the prettiest, it's the shade Candied Peach. This shade, you really need to go in there for it to show up on your lids. It's super dry. It doesn't look like a shade that will go with the theme of the palette. Also, Bless Her Heart, the green one right here, it's just one of those shades that doesn't want to show up on your lid, that you have to really build it, that you have to wet it. So there's a few shades here that didn't really impress me. Puree and Summer Yum, those are 2 of my favorites. And I also love Charm, I'm Sure, which is the darker brown on the corner of the palette. To set my primer, I was always using Peaches and Cream, and this was an overall good palette. Every time I was gonna set my purple liner, I would use Peach Pete or Delectable, and it spoke to me. I think the only shade that I never used was Talk Dirty to Me and White Peach. But this is a palette that I definitely love way more now that I put it on this series. For blushes, I picked 4, and I used all of them, and 3 are from Nars. The first one is Daydream. If you want to see my entire Nars blush collection, I'm going to link it somewhere on the screen. This is a really nice blush, and it's an everyday blush. You can see right here that I've used it. It looks super pale on the screen, but anyway, there's nothing I can do about it. There's also Mata Hari, and this one broke. I'm thinking about depotting my two NARS blushes that broke, because they're old and the packaging, I don't know, it gets like sticky. This one was the least used, but it's also a pretty one. This is a pinky one, and it's so highly pigmented that this will not look like I've used it, but I made myself use it. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. It's just that I'm not that into pinks right now. That's why I put it here, just to make myself reach for it more. Then I put Lovejoy, and since I was self-tan for the majority of the month, I did use this one. This is one of my favorite NARS blushes. It's really bronzy and stunning on the cheeks. And you can get like a sunburned look out of this blush. It's just perfection. And then the one that I was iffy about was Dandelion by Benefit. And I have the small size one, and I actually reached for it. It's something that I go towards more now that I'm pale than when I'm self-tan. When I'm self-tan, it can look a little bit ashy. This is supposed to be a baby pink powder that you can use all over your face. I would never. But as a blush on the apples of the cheeks, it looks beautiful. So I'm definitely gonna keep using it. I don't love it as much. So my favorites this month that I know I will reach for more are Lovejoy and Daydream by NARS. And then for bronzers, I had two. I had the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and the pan has gotten bigger. I've used this a ton. It's the bronzer that I have on my face right now, and I'm planning on finishing this one up because I don't want it in my collection anymore, since I have other bronzers that I want to work on. I don't like when products already look like this. I love panning, but when they're like this, they give me anxiety and I just want to finish them. So yeah, this is maybe one that you'll see on my empty soon. It's the number 7 bronzer in the shade Caramel, and this was completely new. You can see that the pattern in the center is already gone. This I used a ton. It bothered me that I lent it to a client at a makeup class one day because she wanted to try my stuff, and since I'm a personal shopper, I let them play with my things, and then they can ask for them and I will buy it for them. So when she used this, she started getting itchy on her face and her neck and every place she put the bronzer on. So it doesn't happen to me. You guys know that we're all different, but just that I didn't like about the bronzer. I've been using it a ton, and I told you guys in a couple videos ago that this was already coming up to be one of my favorite bronzers, but it bothers me that I can't use it on everyone. I like to switch my makeup up for my clients, and I want a makeup item that I can trust. So this one I will use it on me, but I will never use it on anyone else. I don't want anything bad to happen to any of my clients or friends. So yeah, this is definitely a good one, but be careful if you tend to get rashes from makeup. So I think my makeup use up went super good. The palettes are what impressed me the most, because when you really use your palettes just for a month, you can get a lot of use out of them, even if you have 3 palettes. So that made me super happy. I kept reaching for them. I wasn't bored. From time to time I would pull other shades, but just like single eyeshadows or stuff, or that today that I have a pop of color. But that was basically it. For the rest, I really used what I got on my makeup use up and the other things that I had on my project pan. So yeah, I'm going to show you the products that I chose for this month. So these are the products that I'm going to use from today, which is March 22nd, till April 22nd. Okay, for this one, since I did good on my last one, I wanted to put some more palettes, and I want to use each one for 7 days. So I put 4 palettes instead of 3. And the first one that I chose is the Modern Renaissance, and it's the one that I have on my eyes today. And today I hit pan on Red Ochre. You can see the little pan right there. That's the shade that I have all over my crease. I'm about to hit pan on Primavera, Amber Mere, also on Cypress Umber. So this one is gonna be the first one that I'm gonna tackle, and I really want this to look loved. But I'm gonna try and focus on Venetian Red and Love Letter. That are the shades that I like the least. Also Bon Fresco. And if I hit pan on the other ones, that's amazing. But all I want to do is really hit pan on the shades that I like the least. The thing I want to do is just to make my makeup look loved. And that's why I chose this one, just to get it out of my desk and just focus on something else. I chose a new one that I put on my haul because I don't want the things that I just got to be forgotten just because I feel guilty about not using old stuff, because that doesn't make any sense. It's gonna get old and unused also. So I chose Sassy Siennas. This is right up my alley. So this one I don't really want to heat pan, but if I do, that's good. But I want to use it for a week straight and I want to do a couple looks with them. Let me know if you want me to put about 3 looks of each palette when I do these videos, when I do the updates, and I will be happy to do that for you and take selfies. They're not gonna be like the perfect eye makeup shot, but I can do just pictures of my looks and then post them on these videos. I chose this one because I spent a lot of money on it and I never reach for it because I spent a lot of money on it. And it's the Anastasia green and brown palette. My hair is like driving me insane today. This is the Anastasia brown and green palette, and this one is just a stunning palette. I haven't really used it that much. I've used it, but I've had it for I think 2 years now, and I haven't really shown that much love to it. So this one I'm also gonna use for an entire week, and I'll take pictures of the looks. Let me know if you want a particular makeup look with this palette, and I can definitely do that for you. But this is the 3rd palette that I chose. And the last palette is also one that I've used like twice. I've used only like 2 shades of it, and it's the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. This one I got it about 7 months ago or 6 months ago, and I haven't really reached for it. And I know people love it. Morphe doesn't call my name, so I really want to put it here to see if I'm gonna really love it. And if I hit pan on just 1 shade, I would be really happy. But all I want is just to use it. So the Jaclyn Hill palette is my 4th eyeshadow palette for this project. For blushes, I chose 4 again. And the first one that I chose was a blush duo. So I chose 5. This one, it's a really old one that I have, and it's almost unused. I used it but a couple times. It's not something that I really showed that much love to. And this is a duo with Deep Throat and Amore by Nars. This is gonna be a good one. It has a peachy pink blush and then a reddish rose tone blush. I also chose Hourglass Brilliant Nude, which is the case of a new item going into my makeup I want to use, because this one I bought it, I fell in love with it, and I didn't use it because I was using the other 4 blushes for my last makeup use up. So this is a nude, and I know I will have to make myself use the other blushes because that's so pretty. I also chose one that I adore, which is Impassioned, and this one, if you have this blush, pull it out because it's a lovable blush. It's just a pink. It looks beautiful. It looks nude on the cheeks. I adore this blush. It's one of my all-time favorites. And then this one I used for a while when I first got it, and then I just didn't use it anymore, and it's the Too Faced Papa Don't Peach blush from the Too Faced collection, and you can still see the engraving, so I want to get rid of that. I want to use it as much as I can to get rid of the peach that it has engraved. So yeah, those are my 4 blushes. On the blushes and the rest of the things, I'm not planning to heat pan on. If I heat pan on the palettes, that would be good, but I'm not making myself heat pan in 2 shades like the last time. If I do, that's fine, but if I don't, I just want it to look used and loved. And this time I chose not just 2 bronzers, but 2 bronzers and 2 highlighters, because I also need to rotate my highlighters. So the first one that I chose is Albatross, which is a NARS highlighter. You can see it right here, but this is a golden whitish highlighter, and I never use this. Never. I really want to play with it and use it more because I don't want products to just stay unused in my collection. And then the other highlighter that I do want to hit pan on is Laura Geller Gilded Honey. And this is one of my favorite highlighters of all time. This is so creamy and buttery and perfect, and it's the perfect gold highlighter. And now going to bronzers, I have two right here. One that is almost unused, which is Nars Seaside, the newest formula that they got, and I bought it. So I reached for it a couple times, but that was it, and now I really want to get a lot of use out of it. And then the other one, I even repressed this one because it had major pan, and now it looks like I'm not gonna hit pan anytime soon, even though it has a little bit of pan on a couple sides. Is the Balm Bahama Mama bronzer. So this is one of my favorite bronzers. So I choose a bronzer for when I'm lighter and a bronzer for when I'm a little bit darker. These are products that I wanna love. Some are favorites. The other ones are just products that I haven't shown any love since I got them. So I wanna change that. And those are all the products that I got. Let me know if you love this series. Let me know what do you think about the progress and what products are you trying to use up this month or just use this month. And whatever requests you have, always leave them in the comments down below. I always answer and I always pay attention to everything. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna leave my social media somewhere on the screen. Everything will be listed down below. And I guess I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.